What's up? This is DJ Loot, taking another break from studio work. Decided to meet up with previous Happy Hour radio show guest, Bishop Thrives, but now we're going to have your break time episode.
Yes. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I came to you.
Yeah, I know.
You're glad to be at home.
I'm glad to be here anyways. It's always great when you get to hang out with one of your favorite people.
I'm glad to be here because we've done the radio show a few times. We're going to hit them with some current events, current things in your life.
Yeah.
You are a music artist, graffiti, art, painting. Look at what we have here.
Yeah, tons of art.
As well as tattoos.
Yep.
So you do a lot of stuff. You're an artistic guy.
Yeah.
I dig your work. You even did my logo that everyone knows in the studio.
Yeah, every time you come to the studio, man, you see the canvas. I painted it. I'm the guy that painted it.
Well, I got some good questions to ask you.
Yep.
Let's get into it.
Okay. Well, it's like a little bit of a history. A long time ago, in about 2003, it was the first attempt of actually trying to battle rap. And the cool part about it is that there was a good friend there, and then there was a famous guy there. It was the guy who made Planet Rock. You all know Africa Bambaataa.
Mm-hmm.
He gave every MC that day props, and this is 916 recognition. The thing I wanted to clarify was the good friend DJ Hors, who died, and his name was Dan. I always kind of carry that guy because he's like a history of Sacramento, and he wasn't my best friend, but he was pretty good because every time I run into him, it was like nice to see him, you know. So I was just kind of clarifying a history of who I am and what I've done, at least from that point forward, because I entered the graffiti battle, but I didn't really win. But then the rap battle, I actually went through about like 6 or 7 people. So that was just like a history about Bishop Thrives.
That's a starting point. For jumping in. You know, I've done some work on your personal music, Cali Fire projects, a few of those. So
yeah,
so we've been at it since late 2000s, whatever.
15, 13.
I thought it was maybe even 20.
It seems like these days kind of just bleed together, but it feels like about 2011.
Right around then.
I met you, and I still have the same flyer that you gave me. Still have it. It's hanging up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, the one for available now. Cali Fire 3 and 4.
Long time ago.
All right. Oh,
it was awesome though.
If y'all notice, it's getting to the time of the year that I'm not going to be wearing the signature logo sweater. I have to have a shirt made that has my logo. That's part of my.
Yeah.
I got the mic, my notes.
Definitely need.
And I don't have my logo today. Oh
yeah.
well.
Definitely need to get one of your sweaters.
Got to have more made. I don't have my personal one.
Yeah. So I started like understanding graph from like 13 to 14 to 15. 16 and 17 were like the go times of tags and stuff, and by 18 I'm like in it, since you know all that time was the building of it. All the art stuff came in like 06, where I was like gonna do canvases, and then you kind of go down that rabbit hole. You get into tattooing, it's like 2004. You learn. Eventually, I've tattooed myself like a lot. Like I've done like a lot of stuff that's like on my body. But I've said hella times is that I always tattoo, and every single time, through the times, it was always like, let's do something else. So like when it became, what are you doing? It's like, well, I'm learning how to do a lot. I've covered it all for like pretty much a big concave of just, or at least a whole landslide of talent really for the past like 20 something years. Graph writing, it feels like almost 30, but it's 96 to now. It feels like 28 or something like that.
Well, with the
whatever the math is,
With the painting and any of the visual, like drawn stuff or painted stuff, there are similarities to it all. You have a vision in your mind, or someone presents you with something, and you have different tools and different textures that you're working on. But in the end, there are a lot of similarities to each, I would think.
Yeah, it's almost like, you lay down the same type of design. You could tattoo the same thing that you can make in a cartoon cell, and so on and so on and so on. And people do wood burning in belts, and they do, like burning of leather, that wood burning, and like just, there's so many different ways to make stuff, is what I'm learning, which is like currently I'm going to be getting clay and going at it. I'm going to start sculpting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That, I've always really been into the three-dimensional art.
Yeah.
Sculpture.
Yeah. It's just like I said before in an interview, dude, I really want to do like a couple of like my goes at movies, but I don't really want to have to like dedicate my whole life to movies because it takes too much.
Yeah.
It's too much inside of your brain to like wrap your head around everything and be like one guy doing everything. and sometimes you don't need to do everything. But I still want to try it, you know. I still want to like wind up and do the best Hadouken, you know, just like completely kill the game with like just I learned it and I did it. That's it, you know. If I did a good tattoo, I did a good tattoo. If you made a good movie, you made a good movie, right? And it's all about learning. Every day's learning, you know. You learned a lot of music, you know. You produce a lot of people. It takes a lot of time. All of it does.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it was a year. I got into it, and I did academy, and I got past academy, and I got a job. But then, unfortunately, what was going on at home was like a lot of problems that caused problems. So I didn't even firefight when I originally got out of academy. I should have, but I didn't. And then a year went by, and then I finally got back into it, and I was able to, you know, very much succeed at it for a little bit. But people be like, you know, just completely and utterly just like misleading you. So I kind of got like screwed over at the fire department that I worked at. So I had to walk away because I really felt like betrayal. So I had to walk away. I don't give an F. I really don't. I really felt betrayal, so that was why. Because, you know, if you're in that and you're working 4 days a week, which nobody else did, it says something about me, you know? You know, straight up.
Yeah, we have no time for anyone on a disrespect level or underestimating, like,
dangling the carrot, so to speak.
Just we have to make sure that our strengths are being respected, our strengths and abilities, or the music industry's full of it, but I guess
but the long and the short of it is that for somebody who never really thought to go into it, I recommend everybody to go do it, because there's nothing wrong with saving lives, and I feel that way because I'm a good person, you know, and that's like how I am. So it's kind of like adding to my character, and it just says something about me that I'm willing and did and still want to. Just got to get around the right people. I mean, it's like when you get misled and you're told one thing and it seems like things are happening for you and then nothing ever happens, and then you're being pulled home all the time by your wife and causing problems and stuff. It's like it's constant. You know, it's constant. It makes you feel like you're never gonna get ahead. You know, and I hate it when people do that to me. They just always like dangle a carrot, and I'm like, I'm not with that. Because especially working below minimum wage, I mean, I gave my time to these people and took it so serious. It's real crazy. I just want to get off this real quick, but I had the raddest idea. It was like stripes, okay? It's like we had a guy with the red bandana. We had a guy that looked like John Candy. I'm not kidding. I was like, let's do the firefighter version of what they did in that movie. I had it all planned out. I told the chaplain, never took no action. I was like, we could have made something out of that. You know, think about that. We really could have made something out of that idea if we would have all gathered around and studied it and learned it, and then filmed a video to help firefighters want to come firefight. And it's a joke, kind of a joke video, but serious at the same time. Yeah. I mean, you know, because Stripes was cool. That was a good movie. You know, Bill Murray was fresh in that. Like, they were all good in that. And I remember that, and I told him, I was like, let's do this, and just never happened.
You had me wanting to watch it again. I saw it
just watch
once
it.
ever.
It's so funny. I love that movie.
You're adding to my list of movies I need to watch or rewatch. Watch it. It's like 100 of them long now.
You should ask Mrs. Lute if she's seen it, or she remembers seeing it, or, you know, maybe you guys should watch it together. It's a good movie. Well, this is kind of where you get to, you know, rattle off as an artist. The dynamic in tattoo shops, unfortunately, is usually gauged by the owner thinks that they're better than everybody, even though they're not. So, it's like, if you work at McDonald's, they don't want you to hand out your business card, right?
Yeah, or put your mixtape in the bag. See that meme with the dude that was...
Yeah.
Anyway,
But if you work at a tattoo shop, it's literally like you're bringing people onto a ship, like a pirate ship in a sense. It's like, but the captain seems to always be negative to the mates below. That's how it is, and it's like, it really sucks when you're sitting there, like I've sat there, and you already know. You've seen like my stuff firsthand. I know I've painted a canvas for you. You've seen my artwork. I stand out amongst a lot of people.
Yes.
And I'm showing friends now. I'm showing them these old flicks of pieces I painted, and like it was done before they were even alive. You know, and they're that young. They're kind of like the comer-ups, and they're just like learning the game, so to speak. So it's like, I show them stuff and they're like, wow, you did that in like '08 and they were born in like '02. It's just funny because so much time goes by and then you meet new people and you get like young friends, you get like older friends. And it's just, when you work in a shop, it really sucks how they can't respect you and then it's like you're just outdoing them. Like I was like making $300 a day, getting paid bank to do a canvas because I got like $2,200 off a canvas from a client. But I'm like talking about it and just the mere fact that like I'm just winning really makes the shop owner upset. Like, because they're just, you know, getting paid to paint windows for like low money. And it's like, you know, you sit there and you really wonder, like, why is it that nobody ever seems to see like the bigger picture, right? Because even you have had a lot of really like rad moments that are worth all the effort. So you wake up and say, you know, I'm DJ Loot, I'm killing it. Geez, I had Mr. Fab at my house, right? Didn't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, right there. That's crazy, you know. And the funny thing is, everybody acts like, you know, you're not supposed to like try to work hard at stuff, and then you're good at things, and then they're just mad at you. So the negative dynamic in shops is, you know, I don't want to say like just, hey man, I'm the ish, you know, but I work hard. I mean, right here is like, you know, this is a shirt of mine. This is now a crew logo for my friends, you know? And I'm kind of like being nice and dropping and, you know, leading people. And I'm always like a real solid individual. And it seems like everybody only wants you to be negative rather than be positive. And I've been saying this for a long time, is the ultimate cheat code, just like Contra, is to be a good person. Because, you know, this is a good friend of mine, you know, and that's the way I feel about that. I take care of my family. And I took care of the people that I worked with. But it's like, you know, like for instance, we were supposed to have a guest, right? Remember, on the radio.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Exactly, because you don't want to win. That's what I'm saying. You don't want to win, and that's the problem.
A lot of folks pull that. It's like, I need the stuff a week ahead. I either get it the day of, and I don't have time to prepare. They just flake.
Yeah, and
when I have a platform to. It's benefiting them.
Like, you know, and one thing I gotta stress is that, you know, I'm not anybody other than a person that put his foot to the ground and then things happen. You know, you're talking to somebody that was able to take a friend to the Wake Up Show. You're talking to somebody that, like, the battle. I mean, having Africa, even though, you know, whatever with Bambaataa at the moment, but Africa Bambaataa saying, hey, you're good. All these things matter. There's your merit badges. You know? That's, at the end of the day, that's all it boils down to. You got to work hard and you got to get there. And it's like people just don't even want to do that. And then when you work hard, they're mad at you because you did it. Like, what is that?
Or mad or jealous.
Yeah, that too. And I'm sorry, but when I pull up, I got skills, man. People are like impressed. You know, people are impressed off of me. And all I do is concentrate. I've spent the last 2 years, but I've spent many years at my desk that my grandpa gave me. You know, he's like, here you go. And I became quite the artist. And he knows it. A lot of people have met me, yes. They know it. I designed these things, you know. I designed this sticker, you know, just sat there on my tablet and drew it. And these are for you, Luke.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent.
So those are for you. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, the dynamic in shops is horrible because usually the long and the short of it is real simple. The people that do tattoos for 20-something years that don't do watercolor paintings, you're not a real tattoo artist. All these people skip steps thinking that they're gonna win. You're not winning, you're still learning because you're refusing to take a step that you gotta take. And it's no different than a mechanic with the wrench and getting dirty. Changing parts, getting under the car. You gotta make those paintings. If you don't make those paintings, you're not leveling up. And where it comes from for me, so I can state this so everybody knows real quick, is that I was fortunate enough to work at Wild Bill's shop because of my last boss. But working at Bill's for a short time, you're in a history. Because, you know, Ed Hardy tattooed Bill. And Sailor Jerry taught Ed Hardy. So it's like, when you put that in order and you're at one of the guys that's close to the guy that knew the guy, like the guy of the industry who still has rum going and shirts, you start to really think like, wow, I got kind of close to something here. This feels special. I mean, Bill met freaking Kurt Cobain, you know, a long time ago. So I'm just saying, you know, I always respect people with their work. You don't ever want to look at anybody and just think that they don't have anything going on. Granted, people lie, but not everyone. You know, not everyone. You know, I definitely step with a history that is accurate, and I do not misstep. I don't make things up, and I work hard. So the dynamic in shops is very negative. They don't like you when you're talented.
You have the right outlook. You have the right blueprint of what to do. I just wish people would do that.
Because I mean, it's really crazy when you show up with like a Thrasher flipped logo, but it says Thriver, and you're just in the shop and you hang your art up, and you're like the only guy that seemed like you just are like slicing the game. You know, it's not like people can't, but what do people do with their time? You know, I personally just keep trying to create till I have to go to sleep. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to sleep. You know, I'd get a lot more done at that 10 hours of rest or 8 hours of rest or whatever. You know, but you gotta work, you gotta change it, you gotta, you know, make the time, do the thing, and I work on a lot, man. I really wish that people would see, but that's the problem, they see it and then they're mad at me. Okay, so the Halloween Kids book, about 4 years ago, 21 roughly, so 3 years ago I just started to sit down, because I have a tendency to just sit there and go through like I'm just putting it down quick, you know. And I started drawing my dogs, and I drew my mom, and I drew even, you know, my kids, and I drew myself, and I started to think like, wow, this is kind of cool, like Charlie Brown almost, you know, and it kind of just poured out. It really kind of came out of nowhere. It took a while to develop, and some of the drawings look different, and the art is forever growing. But yeah, I'm making basically a life about us, and it's starting with a Halloween kind of a comic kids book, and it's almost done. It's close to done. I gotta have a time to sit down. I'm about to go work. I'm gonna come back, and then I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna try to get to it, because I kind of worked on it recently, but I have a tendency to kind of put things down and pick things up. So like for instance, like one whole month, or not month, but week, I was working on my movie, which is right here behind me. And then I was also working on a bunch of tattoo designs. I was working, you know, 1 week. It just kind of goes in shifts like that. I'll draw on my black book for a week. It goes in shifts like that. That's the way I am. It's like you put one thing down, you pick another thing up, and you get better and better and better and better, you know? And that's where I'm at. So the kids' book's almost done. I just gotta get it to where it's done and then figure out how to publish it, and that's where I'm at.
Find a publisher. I guess even, I don't know the book industry. But maybe you can self-publish or put it out.
I'm gonna self-publish. We're just gonna
Amazon
get it together.
I don't know the process.
You're gonna
find
go
out,
for
though.
a few things. Going to the anime convention will be one of those things that I'll be able to kind of kick it off right. That's gonna be part of the start of it, because I just worked at the anime convention recently. I was like lucky. Plus, I'm putting it out there. I'm like 2 shakes away from actually meeting Silent Bob in a sense. It's because of the guy that works at the comic book store right over by my house. His name is slipping at the moment, but on Bradshaw there is a comic book store. The owner of it, I talked to him. He's very nice, and I really appreciate his kindness when we were talking about like Joe Barr and everything else. So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to round myself up, because I actually have a comic book as well. But that's out. That's out still. I'm closer to that, but that's been a, you know, on again. You work on it, you put it down. It's just until it's actually done. The last time I worked on that, I had a breakthrough that's like dope, like super dope. So when that comes out, people will be like, oh wow, Bishop really has made stuff that's cool, you know, like it's worthy of a shirt and prints and everything else, stickers, you know. So yeah, I'm excited about it, but the kids' book's almost done.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. You have a chance to be in it too.
Oh.
Yeah, I drew. Actually, it's really funny. Before this happened, I actually drew it. And I also drew you recording Elwood rapping in the booth.
That's awesome. I made the cut.
Yeah.
I'm in there somewhere.
It's just one of those adages, dude. I'm always trying to carry you with me if I can, you know? If I can help you out, I get your name out there. For real. Because it's funny. It's funny, dude. It'll be really funny. That country. That's it.
Where? What?
Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Backcountry.
Vegas. I was supposed to be there right now today.
Oh.
Heading back for WrestleMania, but there's a whole story behind that. It didn't happen. Not my doing.
There's a convention out there, and I'm helping a guy sell swords, so I'm looking forward to it. Should be pretty busy. That's what I heard.
I haven't been to Vegas since 21. So 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Went there and saw some friends, and I was going to see my mom in New Mexico. Drove through there, came back through on the way back. I'm not really much of a gambler, but it's still fun to go there. Went to the pawn shop, the Pawn Stars place.
Oh, okay.
None of them were in there.
Of course.
Yeah, that's always my wonderful timing.
Yeah.
Winter.
Leaves.
Leaves. I thought they'd fall off in the fall and they're gone.
Oh, you see them in the water. I like that. I don't know. That stuff always meshes together.
Okay. Barbecue.
Home. Home. Yeah.
We had our first barbecue of the season yesterday. I wasn't home. Mrs. Luton, her dad did.
Yeah.
Heavy metal.
Van Halen.
Yeah. Hawaii.
Sailor Jerry. He was out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been. That was another trip we were supposed to do, and then the COVID hit.
Yeah. Well.
Fishing.
I'll say Slump. It's my homie.
Okay.
Because that's what he does. You're welcome. Sorry.
iPhone.
In my pocket.
Okay, this interview's over. I'm an Android guy. You should know this by now. Candy.
Man.
Oh, Candy Man.
Yeah, that's gone off the whole movie.
I would have been like sour, because that's all I eat, sour candy. California.
Art.
It is an artistic place.
Yeah, for real.
Last one. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was a horrible impersonation.
That's so funny. Bust. Because I actually heard a story. That's what reminded me of that when you said that. Yeah, my friend that I'm working with, he actually made a bust of it.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, he told me a bunch of stories. It's just funny. I'm just like, wow. Okay, so yeah, he said that because that just happened, so that's why I even said bust, because he literally, was like, my Uncle Sean even been on that. A long time ago, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually remembered my Uncle Sean. Nice. That was cool. He said, yeah, man, he walked up to me and remembered me. I was like, right on, Sean. Because he used to work security downtown. I
was working in audio visual at the Hyatt. Was it the Hyatt? And Arnold was governor at the time.
Yeah, same
and
from
right here to where the camera is just a door. Arnold just walks by. I was like, man, that's my movie favorite action guy.
And the Terminator's scary. I mean,
it
really is scary when you watch it. It's almost like another version of Halloween. It's straightforward, and Sarah Connor, it's over.
Sarah Connor.
It's over, dude. Yeah, that's a good one.
Give them to me now.
Yeah. Well, currently, if you just hit up any of my social media, just Google me, Bishop Thrives. You'll find me. My music is on SoundCloud, and there's stuff through DJ Loot on Spotify. You can find my stuff there as well. And then, just inquiries or anything. Like, I've got a bunch of art for sale. I do custom work. If you want your cat or your dog painted, no problem. I can do it. If you want a tattoo, let me know. I can get down on multiple different levels. But yeah, mostly just through social media. It's just where you'll find me, and I'm there.
It's been great sitting down, getting out of the studio. Oh, it's always a fist bump, remember?
Right. Yep.
So, and maybe we'll do this again in a year or two, whenever I put a little time in between.
Hopefully this year, dude, get to the studio with you again. It's been too long.
Yes.
I've been having troubles trying to get over them.
For one of the next Cali fires.
Can I slide in a picture of something real quick?
Oh.
Yeah, I just got the skate deck because I painted this bus. Just wanted to show that off real quick. So I painted this. I got paid like about $300 a day to paint this bus, and then I finally made it into a skate deck. And then on the other side, it's got like.
It was like a full-on actual bus. I've seen the pictures of the bus.
Yeah,
you see
it's pretty fresh, man.
But the whole like.
I did. It's like it's the magical mystery tour. You know what I mean? I got like Snoopy's got magic. I got Yensid. I got Merlin. You know what I mean? And this was a lot of fun to paint. I had a lot of fun painting that thing.
Very nice.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. Just keep positive out there.
Okay.
Don't let people get in your way.
Till the next episode.
Peace.
One more fist bump.
Oh, yep.
Bam.
No problem.
Realize, realize, realize. Realize, realize, realize. Yeah.
Somewhere in the human mind is peace line.
What? Realize, realize, realize. Realize, realize, realize. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's happening? It's you and I versus